During a routine appointment with my dentist, I was advised that I needed to have a replacement filling. The tooth was absolutely fine, but I agreed to the treatment. During the course of having the replacement filling, the dentist advised me that the tooth unfortunately had cracked and therefore I needed to have a crown. So she prepared the tooth for the crown on a later appointment and fitted a temporary one, and then we made the arrangements to come back to have the treatment completed. Unfortunately, the temporary crown kept falling out. It was the wrong size, but when I went back to have the permanent crown fitted, unfortunately that also was it was put on incorrectly, as I understand it, and the tooth wasn't prepared properly. So I had to go to another dentist to have a second opinion because I was in constant pain. Had to take lots of time off work to go and have further appointments with the dentist. And the second dentist told me that the crown had been applied incorrectly and the tooth hadn't been prepared right. So I needed to have further work undertaken, and whilst he was looking at the tooth with the crown on to give me a second opinion, he had a look at the rest of the dental work that I'd had and said that there were lots of things wrong, that my teeth were in bad condition and that I would need a significant amount of replacement dental work. I'd say the first impression was how friendly and approachable Katie, who was the person handling my case, was. I was quite worried about approaching somebody about suing a dentist, because actually I was quite fond of my dentist, but so I was quite nervous about asking somebody about taking that course of action, but she was very reassuring, very friendly, and she put my mind at rest immediately. She told me everything that I needed to know very quickly with me making contact with her, and made me feel very at ease with taking the course of action, and made it very clear to me that it was my case and I was in control, but she would simply find the information that I needed so that I could make a decision about what I wanted to do about it. The whole team are extremely friendly. They're efficient. I never had to chase. I was always receiving letters just giving me updates, even if nothing had happened, just to reassure me that things were happening behind the scenes. And any communications that I had with the team were very clear. There's lots of medical terminology to do with the dentist's work, and I found it very confusing. And the letters that I received were very clear and in basic English, and I could understand exactly what the case was about and what was happening. I had a fantastic experience working with the dental negligence team. Upon making initial inquiries with Katie, who was the person handling with my matter, she got back to me very quickly, provided me with all of the information that I needed in terms of funding, about the process, about the length of time it was probably going to take to undertake the investigations necessary. I found her extremely friendly and approachable. The rest of the team have been very helpful to me. I've never had to chase Katie or any member of the team for an update on my case. I've been informed constantly, consistently about what's happening. Even if there's nothing happening on the case, I would get a letter saying, just to reassure you, we continue to work on your matter, and just reassuring me that I haven't been forgotten. The benefit of having a qualified dentist working within the team has been fantastic, and I think that it has helped me immeasurably. Once I discovered that I was unhappy with the treatment that I'd received from my own dentist, I had a meeting with the treating dentist and her senior partner, who's also a dentist. They both undertook investigations and looked at my records. They both did a physical examination of my teeth, and both advised me that they did not agree that the standard of work I'd been provided with was substandard. They reassured me that the work was done to an acceptable level, but nonetheless, as a gesture of goodwill, offered to undertake further work free of charge. Now, being told by two experts in their field that the work that had been provided was absolutely fine was quite intimidating, and at that point I felt that maybe I was being unreasonable and that maybe my pain threshold is lower than other people's. So because I was concerned about that, and when I approached Katie at the dental negligence team, it was with some hesitation, given that I'd been told quite clearly by two dentists that the work was absolutely fine. She was able to reassure me that she had a fully qualified dentist working within the team who would review my dental records and the work that was undertaken and provide a clear view on whether or not the work was substandard. That was undertaken very quickly, and it was confirmed to me that he did not agree with the views of my treating dentist or her senior partner, and that in his view the work was substandard, and that not only that, there would be other amounts of work that would need to be undertaken to my teeth so that they could be at an acceptable dentally fit level. So having that person provided me with a reassurance, because I knew he was an expert. Katie's a legal expert but not a dentist, so it provided me with a lot of reassurance, and I think that it helped no end. I'd absolutely recommend the dental negligence team, and in fact I have. My brother-in-law was explaining to me about the difficulties he'd had with his dental work, and I had no hesitation whatsoever in putting him in touch with Katie, who helped me, and I understand she got back to him within 30 minutes of him contacting her, and the case is already progressing quite quickly, and he feels as reassured and comforted and supported by the dental negligence team as I did, which is great for me, because you always do worry that maybe it was just me who got the good service, maybe I was just lucky with my experience, but my brother-in-law is in fact having exactly the same experience, and I won't hesitate to recommend the dental negligence team to anybody else that may be in difficult circumstances.